Yo, let's talk about freedom of speech. It's the bedrock of any real democracy. Without it, you got nothing. It's the right to speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Now think about it. No freedom of speech, no challenging the system, no calling out BS, just blind obedience. That's not freedom, that's straight up oppression. We got to be able to speak our minds, to have open conversations, even if they get heated. That's how we grow, how we learn, how we build a better future together. So yeah, freedom of speech, non-negotiable. Freedom of speech is all about open dialogue, right? It's about sharing ideas, even if they're different, even if they make you uncomfortable. It's about listening to perspectives you might not agree with, because that's how you learn, that's how you grow. Think about any major social change: civil rights, women's suffrage, LGBTQ plus equality. None of it happened by staying silent. It happened because people spoke up. They challenged the status quo. They demanded better. Open dialogue, that's the engine of progress, my friends. Let's talk about some real ones, some historical figures who knew the power of speech. They understood that words could ignite change, inspire movements, and challenge the status quo. Martin Luther King Jr., man, he moved mountains with his words. His "I Have a Dream" speech still echoes through history. He spoke truth to power, he inspired millions, he fought for equality with every sentence. His words were a beacon of hope during the civil rights movement. Nelson Mandela spent decades in prison for his beliefs. His voice was silenced, but his message was not. But even behind bars, his words resonated. They gave hope, they fueled a movement. Upon his release, his speeches continued to inspire a nation. Malala Yousafzai, shot in the head for speaking up for education, a young girl who faced unimaginable violence. Did that silence her? Hell no. She became a global symbol for girls' education and women's rights. She came back stronger, louder, more determined. Her words now reach millions advocating for change. These are just a few examples, but you get the point. Throughout history, voices have risen against oppression and injustice. Words have power. Use them wisely, use them boldly, and never underestimate their impact. Section 4, the responsibility of speech: navigating respectful discourse. Now here's the thing about freedom of speech. It comes with responsibility. Yeah, you have the right to speak your mind, but that doesn't mean you get to be a jerk about it. Respectful discourse, that's the key. Disagree without being disagreeable. Challenge ideas, not people. See the humanity in everyone, even when you disagree. It's like you can criticize the government without threatening violence. You can debate religion without resorting to hate speech. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Section 5. The digital age: free speech in the age of misinformation. Now, the digital age, it's a whole new ballgame. The way we communicate, share information, and express our opinions has fundamentally changed. We got social media, algorithms, deepfakes. It's wild out here. These technologies have revolutionized how we connect, but they've also brought new challenges. Information, misinformation, it all spreads like wildfire. A single post can go viral in minutes, reaching millions of people. And look, I get it, freedom of speech online is crucial. It's the backbone of our digital society, allowing diverse voices to be heard. But we got to be careful, man. With great power comes great responsibility. We need to be mindful of what we share and consume. Misinformation can spread like a virus, and it can have real-world consequences. It can mislead, deceive, and even harm people. Hate speech, it's amplified online, and it can lead to real-world violence. The anonymity of the internet can embolden harmful behavior. We got to be critical thinkers. We got to check our sources. We got to call out BS when we see it. It's up to us to maintain the integrity of our digital spaces. Section 6. A global fight: standing up for free speech around the world. This is a battle that transcends borders, cultures, and languages. It's a universal struggle that unites us all. Here's the reality: not everyone enjoys the same freedoms we do. In many parts of the world, speaking your mind can lead to severe consequences. Around the world, people are fighting for their right to speak, to assemble, to challenge their governments. Journalists are being silenced, activists are being imprisoned, and ordinary citizens are facing brutal crackdowns just for speaking truth to power. These brave individuals risk everything to stand up for what they believe in. We can't stay silent about that. Their fight is our fight, and their voices need to be heard. We got to stand with them, amplify their voices, and show the world that we care. It's about more than just words. It's about action. We must fight for a world where everyone has the right to speak freely. This is a fundamental human right that should be protected and cherished. Freedom of speech, it's not a given, it's a constant struggle. Throughout history, people have fought and even died for this right. But it's a struggle worth having. Every voice matters and every effort counts. So let's use our voices. Let's not take our freedoms for granted. Let's speak up for what's right. Let's make some noise. Together, we can make a difference. Peace out.